Okay. Just a few things I wanted to add onto this particular chapter of digital gaming. And what I want to do is I want to focus more on the significance of the digital gaming industry. And part of this is toward those students who might have a view of digital gaming as being trivial and unimportant. And certainly I'm speaking to the non-gamers in the room. Or simply those people who are somewhat unfamiliar. And I would certainly put myself in that group. However, there are a lot of different aspects of digital gaming that make it a very legitimate, significant force to be reckoned with. And one of the most significant is by looking at the revenue aspects. The other is the amount of the sheer volume of both users and interest there is in this particular field, that it simply can't just be dismissed by whatever bias somebody might have. So a couple of things, information I wanted to give you. There's a market research company that goes by the acronym NPD that measures certain things, and they have argued that Americans have spent well over $15 billion, that's with a B, in video game content in recent years. And that does not include the cost of gaming consoles and equipment. We're talking about the video games. Extreme gamers, who are about 4%, will easily spend over 48 hours a week. That's 2 full days of their week spent immersed in the video gaming industry. The average gamer is significantly less. The average gamer is about 13 hours a week. The average age for a gamer is 32 years old, so think about that. When I first read that, I was surprised because I would have stereotyped a lot of video gamers as strictly being younger, and that number implies that obviously there's an older population that's heavily involved in it as well. When it comes to a willingness to spend money, when it comes to, for example, a smartphone, there are some apps that are free, there are some apps you pay for. People are more willing, far more willing to pay money for a gaming app than they are for a news app, which is significant. In terms of grossing video sales, we are accustomed to the notion of a blockbuster in terms of films, and we are quite impressed. Let me read some these are a couple of years back, but they give you a rough idea. Remember the Batman, The Dark Knight Rises? That was $198 million that movie grossed in 5 days. $198 million. Transformers, $200 million. The Harry Potter era, Harry Potter, $202 million. So, you know, obviously, with all the superheroes and everything that comes out every summer, $200 million in 5 days, it seems to be somewhat significant or characteristic of a blockbuster. Compare that to the top 5 grossing video games several years ago. There have been more recent. This data is a couple of years old. But Call of Duty, a huge franchise. Modern Warfare 3 over 5 days, 775 million. Call of Duty Black Ops, 650 million. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, 550 million. And then Grand Theft Auto, 500 million. Halo, 300 million. So that's what, triple the amount in 5 days in terms of what they gross and what they can bring in. So you cannot simply dismiss video gaming as an irrelevant entity, because it's not. That's a tremendous industry. Those are massive dollar amounts. And there are many people who will go into that industry from a business point of view who spend a lot of time working to persuade and to advertise and to separate the consumer from their money in terms of getting that as an industry that has tremendous influence. So anyways, just some extra information for you. See you online.